surface, or it could be pinpointing too large, which probably is what it is. In this case, it's a nickel signal, so chances are it's junk. Yeah, there it is, junk. This is about coin size. Right on top of it. Zinc penny. This is Texas Tiger Digs. I went out today. It wasn't much of a hunt, basically because it's the day before Memorial Day. So, like all 3-day weekends, there were some soccer games going on out there. There were a few tents, I guess, for people who were doing a little get-togethers after church, etc. So it wasn't like I was going to have a lot of time to do it. So it was a combination of 2 hunts. I went in this morning late. I didn't do my usual dawn run. I actually slept late this time, intentionally, because I was a little bit zonked out. I got up early to do my dawn run out to the park to do my detecting, and I didn't get to sleep till late last night. So I'm not a baby, so I need my rest every now and then. So I took a quick nap, and it turned into a long nap. So I woke up about 8:30 or 9, which is extraordinarily late for me normally. So I got out to the park about 9, and so I had a little chance to go out and get a few little hunts in. And then as the people began to gather, pre-church, people were setting up and so forth. So I didn't stay too long after that. So but let's go. This is broken into two detecting sessions, the morning and the evening. Now in the morning I went out CZ3D, and this is why I'm doing this little roundup, because I want to talk about the CZ3D and some of the characteristics I see with it. So I went out with the CZ3D. I found the quarter, I found the nickel, which was on the surface but under a few blades of grass, so it still was a detector find. And then I found most of these pennies. My second run at the park, I believe, consisted of the dime and a penny or two before the crowd began, and the 2 little bonuses I got here. I found another one of these aluminum screws. Like I think I had a subscriber that called it a gutter screw or something, but I found this in 2 of the parks. You know, it was sunk down deep, and the TRX hit on the head, and it, so I love the TRX pin pointer. I can't tell you how much I love that thing. Anyway, so I found that, and this was a surface find. I saw it as I was walking through. It looks like something to celebrate the Memorial Day, a little patriotic theme, and there's a heart on it, so it makes you think it's a little girl's wrist decoration, if I could think of a little girl, or maybe I can give it to my girlfriend. She can find a little girl who might use this. It's pretty nice. I think a kid, a young lady might like that. So that was my hunt. Yeah, quarter, nickel, three pennies, copper, and a not too crusty zinc, and 3 crusty zincs. So that's that part. Now I'm going to stop it. Then I'm going to get my CZ3D, and I'll discuss the rest of it and why what I've learned about the CZ3D, why I think it's underrated as a general detector, not as a coin hunter, but as a general detector, and some things I've learned about it lately. So I will get to that in a little bit. I will talk to you as soon as I get the detector set up. Okay, guys, this is Texas Tiger Digs again. I'm continuing from the roundup. Now, the thing I want to discuss is the CZ3D and how it's perceived. The CZ3D has got a lot of the qualities that everybody wants in a detector. It's deep and it's sensitive, but it lacks something that kind of upsets the more technological people who are out on the edge. It's 100% analog. In other words, you're not. There is no VDI. There is no target ID, and it's inherently thought weaker. And that's why it's been such a great niche machine. If you're looking for coins and you know that the area here is more likely to have the quarter or the dime, or according to how it's set, also the zinc. And then as you know, as you go down, you have a nickel, you have a square tab, you have a foil, you have a pull tab, you have iron. So you have a very, very simple set of interfaces. But that doesn't mean it has to be read simply. And I found this out. No other detector, in my opinion, that I've been using is more sensitive to a repeatable signal than the CZ3D. If you get something in this area where it could be a quarter or a dime or zinc, or you get an area over here where it gets a nickel, if you hit that multiple times and you get the same signal on a back and forth sweep, there's a very good chance, as much as any detector, that it's going to fall within that category. And that's great, but so that makes it definitive and a great coin machine, which is why it's loved so much as a coin machine and as a deep coin machine. Now, I can't talk too much about the people who have theirs tuned. I can only talk about the First Texas plain old off-the-shelf version I'm using here. So you people who have these tuned can filter out this information any way you want. But I get it this way. When I go out and I hit a signal that goes from nickel to square tab, or nickel to square tab, nickel to square tab, there's a good chance it's going to be a square tab. So there's no guarantee it'll be either. But that shows that target ID that it's not showing is somewhere in that range. Now, you also see down here there's a gold definition, so that could be a gold ring. I am more enthused when I see, I love the coin signals, I dig them, but I am more enthused when I see that jump, because I know it's something that this machine wasn't specifically built to categorize. And gold is, as we all know, is not something you can categorize. Now, when I used the CZ3D before, I went out and, in fact, it found one of the silver items I've got. It would have reacted great on the rings because it would have just pegged it out. So, but the bracelet, and we all know how ropey necklaces and bracelets, no matter how thick, how they drive detectors crazy. Yeah, multiple TIDs, multiple readings. And this, when I found that bracelet, I got a jump or signal that almost went from foil to square tab to nickel and back, almost to the zinc. So it was just sort of gravitating all around that area. So I dug it with no real hope it was going to be anything good. It turned out to be my silver bracelet. The only silver item I've got wasn't a ring. So that makes this a good detector, but it's only a good detector if you read it right. Now, so that's great. If I get over here, I got silver or big clad. I know that. I know that within a certain round, because I got a very thick aluminum coupler that also gave me that reading. And also, I hate it beyond all imagining. I hate rusty washers. Rusty washers will drive a detector straight to that far silver category and make you so happy, and will just drop you like a rock. In any case, that's basically what I'm saying. Is uncertainty in the CZ3D is what is replacing a jumping TID, target ID. That uncertainty is not negative, it's positive. Now, what that uncertainty also guarantees is you're probably not going to get the higher reading. You tend to get the lower one. So when I go from a square tab to nickel, square tab, nickel, square tab, nickel, I almost always end up with square tab. If I get a nickel, now nickel can be a square tab, but if I get a repeated signal on a nickel, There's an outside chance it could be a square tab, but it's a much better chance than normal. Nickel signals drive us all crazy. Much better chance than normal it might be a nickel. So that's also good. But so that's basically what I'm saying. Don't give up on the CZ3D. You know, I got two tiers of machines. You all know that I use the DS a lot, and the DS is at the top of that pyramid. Now, slightly below that are really, in any order you want to place them, the Sovereign GT and the CZ3D. I know with the CZ3D, if I go out to a place I've beaten up with most detectors, and even to a degree, I will find some items better with this than with the DS. That doesn't mean the DS couldn't find them, but the DS is very configurable, and you know, by default, this thing may find some things that it's going to take me a while to figure out how to fix the DS to find. That's the one thing about multiple detectors. I probably don't tinker with the DS as much as I should because there's a lot of iron in this thing. So I'm going to go get the iron audio on the, by the way, the next level down, which is not that far off, the AT Gold. So I get that so I can pick the iron signals out. But I went out with this small coil, and I went in some very trashy areas with multiple signals. And this is not the smallest coil I've got. I will bring those coils. But I went out with this coil, and I was able to separate those signals in a very trashy area under some trees. I'm under those trees because that's the one that's giving me my last two silver rings. That same area, oddly enough. So let me place this here. So I've got, and another thing about the coils, you see this is the stock coil. What's this thing? 7 inches, 8 inches, 8 inches maybe. That's the stock coil. So. And the stock coil does very good target separation. In fact, it does enormously good. And I'm going to step over here and get the other two, which I should have had handy. I also use this big coil. I use this on areas that I know aren't trashy. And I find that this has to be specifically a certain type of non-trashy area, or I go to that coil. This part with this coil is not as open as the port with the stock coil. Now, and this is another one of the Fisher M-scope coils, and this is the sniper size coil, 5 inches. I think it's a 5-inch coil, and I really want to take that out of that same area underneath those trees, which it seems to be a hangout. And in a park, you know, trees might be the place where the romance goes down. So. Sometimes romance causes carelessness, so I need to take advantage of that. It got me that love knot ring, and when I took a real close look at that love knot ring, I finally figured out what it symbolized, and realized that that was not a ring you really needed on school property. So this is what I want to say about the CZ3D. It's good, and it's better. You have to get the coil to fit the environment, and I've got 3 here. And I think that's the only three that the CZ3D has available. Then there might be a third party that I haven't found yet. I'll do some research. But those are the 3 that I can get from Fisher. So that's what I want to say. I want to defend the CZ3D as a very good general detector, as well as one that's specifically good for coins. But you know, I found a silver bracelet with this thing. I have no doubt I can find a gold coin with this thing. You know, because basically when you dig a gold, you're digging everything anyway, anything that makes a signal. It's deep, it's sensitive, and I think it may be one of the top tier of detectors outside that lofty range of the, you know, of the CTX 3030. Maybe the E-Track. Those lofty ranges may be beyond what this is, and the DS of course is up there too. But in certain environments I would prefer this to the DS. Now that's assuming that I haven't configured it for the particular area correctly. And I would prefer it to the E-Track. I've also had the E-Track. CTX 3030, I have no background with that at all. So that's all I've got to say. So I just wanted to do this little thing on the CZ3D, and it's a lot longer than I expected it would be, but I hope you like it. And give me some comments, and especially you guys who have the tuned ones. Tell me the special things about it. and you know what the tuning has improved. Who knows? I might get mine tuned one of these days. Anyway, that's Texas Tiger Digs, and I will catch you.